There's one single drum beat that, once you learn to play it, will make everything you play in the drums sound 100 times better. That's because when you get all of the technique, coordination, and dynamics required to nail this beat, you'll have leveled up every area of your drumming. In fact, without this, I'd have never become a professional drummer myself. I'm talking, of course, about the Purdy halftime shuffle, and the first step to mastering it is to play this. Step one is to get your quarter notes on the hi-hat. That means your right hand, but you're specifically playing it on the edge of the hi-hat, and you're not playing it hard. You got to make sure that you have a light touch for this. So once you have this down, you need to add a second note on the third partial of every triplet. Notice how this one's just empty. We're not playing that note right now. So you need to get that second note as well. But what I see a lot of people do wrong is they play it like this. Or like this. And both of those methods are going to make this not work. You have to get a special technique for it, and it's the down-up technique. So it looks like this. We go down, hit the edge, then we go up, lift from your wrist, and you hit the tip of the stick on the top of the cymbal. And then you put that in motion with this triplet thing. You're playing the first and third of every triplet. And by the way, all the exercises we're doing, we're breaking apart and doing a deconstructed Purdy shuffle. You can get each individual exercise. I've made a PDF for you so you can like look at all this stuff and practice them one at a time. I'll put that link for you below. So if we're playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you need to have that motion in time with this triplet feel. Da, 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 da. Next step after that, step number 3, is we're going to add the left hand, or right if you're playing open-handed, on the middle note of the triplet. But you need to make sure that this note right here is as quiet as possible. This is what a lot of people don't get as quiet as it could be. You'll hear them play like this. We're that quite high stick height for the left hand. You really need a ton of contrast, and you want that note to be really, really low to the drum. Check it out. So not this. Even those 2 inches or so is too much. You want really small. So that's the real secret. But step 4 is we got to change our hand pattern. This is the thing that's going to take you the most time if you've never done this before. If you get it clean and you take your time with it, it's going to pay off in your drumming so much. Here's step 4. So we're playing this 3-note pattern 4 times, as you can see, and you're looping it. So you're playing it a bunch of times. But what you're doing specifically is on beat 3, we're going to add something special. We're going to add a left hand. So that one's actually going to be very strong. So you have a left hand on beat 3, followed by this little tiny note with the left hand right after it. So it's going to be right, left, right, left, right, both left, right, left, right. Here's how you really should be practicing this first and foremost on a pad, and it should sound like this. So right, left, right, left, right, both left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, both left. Notice that the both, it's not a flam, it's unison, and then followed by a little tiny left. Right, left, right, left, right, both left, right, left, right, left, right, left, both left, right. Hard to say and play at the speed. So you notice that using the down-up motion, I'm just playing on the top with the tip of the stick each time. You can totally do that for the full beat as well. I do prefer most of the time I'm hitting the edge, but even playing both on the top of the cymbal works great, but you still need that motion to get the dynamic lope. It's not tick, 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 da, 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 da. So the main beat's louder, the in-between swing beat's quieter. Not that, ba, 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 ba. Doesn't work. It has to be that. You need to get that super clean here, and then you put it onto the kit. But you need to do this really, really slowly on the kit because you also need to be thinking about the articulation at the same time. And here's what it should sound like. Now, we've deconstructed the Purdy shuffle to just the hands, and you need to get it clean at this stage. Now, there's a ton of contrast when we play that one extra left hand. You really want that to be a rim shot, followed by a little tiny tap. It's not easy to do, so you want to do it as slow as possible. all these different motions and dynamic changes happening between both your hands. And if you do it really slow like that, you're gonna master it. That's what I want to stress to you. So make sure you stay relaxed, do it slow. We're here in protection if you're hitting those rim shots. And here's the next step for you. We've got the dynamics, we've got the hand pattern sorted out. Now we got to do this bit. What we're going to do differently is you're going to play right, left, right. We're not going to play the full beat. I'm not going to show you that yet. We're going to play right, left, right. And on the third beat, you add the extra left. And then on the first partial, only add the kick every time. So right, left, right, every time you add the kick. So far, so good, but we're not even done. I want you to think of this as the building blocks to playing your own version of this as well, which means you don't just copy the beat. We're going down to like a more granular level where you can make your own variations. I'll show you some of my own a little bit later, but we're gonna take that kick. You just played it on the first of every three. We're gonna move it to the third. So right, left, right with that second right. And we're still not done here because the next thing you're going to do is play the kick drum on both of them. So both right hands get a kick drum like this. Most people would say, stop there, you're good, let's play the beat, but not me, not you. Because you're gonna do something that most drummers don't even think to do, and this is what's gonna set you apart and make you sound professional so much faster. Play your kick with that tiny little left hand, and it sounds weird, it feels weird, and if you can get it clean, it's gonna make it so you can play so many things with confidence. This is something that like plays into the variations on this beat that I'm gonna show you later. Check this out. So we're ready to play the full beat. Here's what it sounds like. Now, this is like the most basic version that you might play. You're going to find this beat in Home at Last, for instance, by Steely Dan. This kick that I have notated right here is only in the second measure. So it's a 2-measure loop, first without this one and then with it. Besides that, you need to make sure you're doing this super slow and not speeding it up until not only is it clean, perfectly in time, comfortable, relaxed, but also second nature. Of course, there's the Rosanna shuffle that you want to be practicing. It's a slight variation on the bass drum pattern, and it's fast. Essentially, you have all the tools you need for it. But if you want to get crazy, well, we've got the Fantini shuffle. I mean, I just do a couple little things that are fun. So I'm going to play that for you and list out what I'm doing a little bit differently. One of the things I like to do is throw a kick on the left hand, the middle partial of the triplet, every once in a while. Another thing you are going to want to experiment with is like doing some diddles, which sounds really good with the left hand, and move that left hand over to the hi-hat sometimes too. So literally we're changing the orchestration as well. And then you'll also see, I do mix up the sticking, but before we can get to that, I'm doing some left foot substitution, taking some of the right hands and doing it with my left foot instead. And then straight up, sometimes I just change up the hand pattern. Maybe instead of right, left, right, I'm doing right, left, left into that sort of thing. Now, I had the honor of hosting both Bernard Purdy and Dennis Chambers in this very studio for a couple of masterclasses for my drum hub students. So if you want to learn the halftime shuffle secrets that both of them have in store for you, then watch this video.